Morning, Botai. We've been speaking the past few days about the halachot of planting on Shabbat. Maran Bet Yosef writes, in the name of some Rishonim, that it is appropriate not to have, sometimes people like to have, eat outside on Shabbat or a picnic or whatever. He says it's appropriate not to have a picnic mamash on bare earth or on grass on Shabbat or in a garden, because over there it's very difficult to avoid pouring water directly onto the plants or onto the grass on Shabbat, and then you have the issue of planting on Shabbat. Now, the question becomes, okay, I'm not sitting directly on the grass. Sometimes a person has a sink or a faucet that after he washes his hands, the water goes through a pipe and then it spills onto bare earth or onto grass. Is that permissible to use on Shabbat or not? Because at the end of the day, he's watering the plants, watering the garden, whatever it is. Maran Zichron V'Chad discusses this in some of his works, in Yabi Omer Chelekeh, Chazon Ovadia Chelek Dalet, and he comes out that it really depends. He says, first of all, in general, if a person does not have any kavanah to water the ground or the plants or whatever it is, the halacha is that it's mutar. Why? He says, first of all, the water is not being spilled. You're not spilling water directly onto the ground. He says it's going through the sink, through a pipe, and it goes by itself, and eventually it hits the grass or it hits the garden. So over there, that's not considered a direct watering. Midoraita, in order to be considered watering, it has to be direct. Over here, it's indirect. At most, over here, it is only a rabbinic prohibition. Therefore, since a person's kavanah is not necessarily to water the garden, he just wants to wash his hands, he says it's mutar. However, if a person's kavanah, let's say in the back of his mind, he says, you know what, I'll do netilah, it's very hot outside today, I don't want the grass or I don't want the garden to go dry, I'll wash my hands for netilah with the kavanah to wash the garden as well. That's bevadai, asur, there's no room for heter over there. But in a regular case where let's say he doesn't care, or let's say it's overly watered and he mamash doesn't want it, over there be'emet, it will be mutar to wash his hands in such a sink on Shabbat. Have a wonderful day.